Saturday afternoon, a lovely chap came to visit us.
Ooh, what kind of chap?
An art teacher.
Was he clothed? Or
For part of it. Hello and welcome to Charlotte's Team Podcast with me, Heather Steele. Today I'm joined by Vanessa Menrad, Sayer and Mia Luckie. Hi girls.
Hello.
I'm just going to join you guys and open my pina colada, which for whatever reason we just saw them on the side. It is a Thursday afternoon, so we thought...
We couldn't quite wait to open ours.
We thought, let's have one.
You've been quite restrained.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There it is.
There it is, for all the
Sweet,
podcast
sweet
listeners
sound.
out there.
Cheers.
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 Yeah.
Bad luck to not drink it after.
No, yeah.
Mm.
Pina colada, eh? It's a bit of a throwback drink, but I'm into them.
I'm digging it. I really
That's
like it.
nice. I never used to like pina coladas because I like quite bitter cocktails,
Same,
and this is the
same.
exact opposite. But no, I'm rating it.
I like
Getting into it.
Yeah, like
Let's
a holiday in a
make
can.
let's make summer last a little bit longer.
The last of summer is here. We'll talk about all what we got up to at the weekends and various other things, but we might as well just jump straight into what everyone actually wants to talk about, which is your wedding, Mia. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Exciting.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago now, so I've just got back to work this week. I had my wedding and then a mini moon in Mallorca for 6 days.
Amazing. So yeah, talk us through it, because I'm sure lots of people have already seen some of the photos you posted on Instagram. But
Yeah, posted some. I've posted like the good ones so far that I've got a few more things in the bank, but I worry that people get like wedding fatigue, like you post too much.
I don't know.
I don't think
get
so.
so excited. It's like looking through like a magazine. Like every other day, there's another new thing. Like I love looking at it. I love seeing more about the venue.
Green light as I
Give
need.
me everything, every detail.
yeah, I think so. Especially a
lush.
wedding, everyone just is a bit nosy anyway. But I think when it's
That's
someone
what I
you
mean,
follow or know, you just want to have a look, don't you?
Yeah.
Go for their own weddings as well. So.
Yeah, I have had
That's
lots
true.
of people message me where our marquee was from, what our venue was, all those sorts of questions.
So go on then, talk us through it, because I know you're on the podcast a few months ago, but there's obviously only so much you can say at the time about the dress, the venue, like how it all went.
Yeah, it was actually quite stressful in the run up to the wedding. I know everyone says that, but we had like quite a big dramatic thing that happened the day before. So we were cutting it fine anyway because we were putting our marquee up the day before the wedding, and most people tend to put marquees up like a week, 2 or 3 days before, so you've got time to dress it and all that fun stuff. But we knew we couldn't get into the venue to put the marquee up until the Thursday, which was fine. But then when we did rock up, there was a really tricky person involved that meant we actually were refused access until 11 a.m. the day of the wedding.
No way.
Oh my god. No.
So our marquee didn't start to be erected until 11 a.m. and our wedding was at 2.
Oh wow, that's
Oh
stressful.
my god.
Yeah, it was really bad.
How did that even happen?
It was just like a logistical fuck up on someone else's.
Oh my god, that's the last thing you need, isn't it, on the morning of your wedding to like hear that.
I just like switched it all off as much to Callum's like detriment. Like poor him, he had to deal with all of the
The logistics.
sorting it all out and speaking to people, and he took on a lot of the stress, which I'm so grateful for, and I feel like I'm in his debt forever now. Love you, Callum. But he really like turned it into a military operation, and our marquee people were incredible. They're called boutique marquees, and the Thursday they were just like, Maya, I promise we're gonna get it up.
That's so
Just
nice.
trust in us. We'll be back here at 11 a.m. and I promise we'll make it happen. It'll be everything you wanted. And I was like,
Oh, that's so
That's
exactly
so good
like
to hear.
what you need, isn't it? Because sometimes in these situations, people are a bit like, and they give you like problems around this. It's just like the last thing you need when
Yeah.
it's already really stressful. But
like
they
that's
sound
not
amazing.
helpful. Yeah, no, they were unbelievable. Andy and Claire, boutique marquees, amazing people, and their team were like Callum. I wasn't there because I was getting ready for the wedding day, but Callum went up there in the morning, and all these guys were like in a circle. And the lead guy was like giving out jobs to every single one, like you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. And 11:01 the clock went apparently, and they just ran. And it all just turned into action.
It's like DIY SOS when they're like on the clock, like and go.
And it was apparently the sight of it was just like my mum went up there and cried. I was like, I can't believe it's happening. So yeah, and that all turned out fine in the end.
Good, but not what you need the night before.
Not
like when
ideal.
you're trying to get into the sort of zone and happy.
Yeah.
But it does make you
times.
like really appreciate like your friends and your family, because in
Totally.
your time of need like that, people do just like, okay, what can we do? And it's quite like I don't know, it's quite emotional, I
Oh my gosh,
suppose.
so
It's like,
emotional.
these people all care enough, like, to pitch in and
Yeah.
help, and
Yeah,
I guess,
literally.
like...
And now you have a story.
And
Yeah,
that's
that's
great.
Everyone
true.
needs a story.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the Thursday night, the night before, we did actually hold a like drinks reception with all our friends and family at Henry's, which is like Callum's
that's
dad
really
place. So that was
nice.
really nice, and it made us just like relax and unwind a bit. So that was actually quite well planned in the end. And then the wedding day, it kicked off at 2:00 in Cirencester Parish Church. And that was so beautiful.
Did you know you always wanted a church wedding?
Actually, no. I mean, in my mum's side of the family, church weddings are a given. Like,
Yeah.
I come from a farming background, so it's not really an option not to have a church wedding. But my family haven't grown up as farmers like the rest of them. Like me and my sister, I mean. So it was like not at the top of my list. But then when we were looking at venues and I wanted it to be Cirencester-esque way, there was just like nothing that was like filling everything we wanted. So we wanted to do our own sort of bespoke reception, which meant marquee pretty much. So then church was like the next best option. But I'm so glad we did, because it's such a pretty church, and it made it feel like, no shame to anyone that didn't get married in a church, but it just made it feel so serious and like really of a moment, you know. I loved it. It was amazing. I'm so glad I did. And walking down the aisle was like the best moment of my day. I loved it.
Oh, did you get like emotional? Like, did you feel like...
I was trying to hold it in quite a lot, because once I start crying, like I find it quite hard to stop.
Yeah.
I gasp quite a bit as well, and I try and not cry, so yeah.
I'm not a pretty
Not a good
crier.
look.
Yeah, exactly. So I like suppressed everything, but I have to say my family all around me, they did all the crying for me. It was amazing.
That's so nice.
All the photos, like my dad literally's got
Oh.
like streams on his face.
Did
Yeah.
Callum cry at all?
He's saying he didn't, but I'm pretty sure he choked up. Like it looked, either he was faking it or he looked a bit teary. So I'm excited to watch the video back to see that reaction.
The evidence.
Zoom in. I see that too.
Yeah, that was unreal. And then after that, we went back up to the reception venue and the marquee, which at this point I hadn't even seen anything.
Oh my god.
So like walking into it, I was like quite nervous, but it looked incredible. Like
And they decorated it all and everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
it was amazing. Like everyone involved, our catering business Relish, boutique marquees, our florist Charlotte, like they were unreal. They really nailed it.
Amazing. It always comes together, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you know, most of the time at least. Like,
Yeah.
but, you know, there are some stresses and stuff that...
Like it's such a cliche to say like, don't stress, it will be fine on the day. But like
Yeah.
really once you have got the wedding bit, once you're there and you're at the front of the aisle and you're saying your vows, the rest just like doesn't even matter.
I guess they're all professionals who do this all the
Exactly.
time. And also, I guess, when it is a wedding as opposed to a party for something else, they
Take it very
obviously want it
seriously.
to be the best day of your
Yeah.
life. So you'd hope they'd sort of
Yeah.
pull out all the stops.
You have to trust your suppliers, I think.
Yeah, sure. Do you have any other pieces of advice, like upcoming brides, now you've done it?
I would say obviously care about the details, because those are things that make them personal, but don't let it don't let it overwhelm you and consume you, because I think it's so easy to keep thinking about or go on Instagram and seeing all this inspiration and like constantly keep adding things to your wedding list, and like it's so expensive, it all adds up. And pick 2 or 3 things that are important that you want to do that are personal. Like we had personalised chopsticks because we had an Asian inspired menu.
Oh, I love that.
That was
That's
like
cool.
100% we wanted to do that. We had personalised fans. Probably shouldn't have done those. Like, do you know what? Just pick the
Yeah.
things that are important to you and then do 2 or 3. Otherwise, the list is endless.
You should see my Pinterest board.
I mean, it's out of
I'm literally already like, none of this is gonna happen. I don't know who's paying for that.
And I think prioritise like entertainment and like not things to do, because that's the wrong way to phrase
Like
it.
guest entertainment.
Yeah, entertaining
Yeah.
people, whether that's through a band maybe, or just ensuring that you've got like the right timing structure so that people aren't stood around bored for too long, or there's not too big gaps in between your start and your main, because I think that kind of like dampens the spirit sometimes.
Yeah.
We kept it all very tight, and Callum's good with the spreadsheets, like that was his job. But it meant from start to finish it was like a party.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually my final tip is pick your MC wisely.
Interesting. Wise.
Mine was amazing.
Okay, good. I was
okay.
hoping that's what you were going to
Yeah.
say. Like, ooh,
He's a
who
best
was
friend
it?
of ours, George. And they've got to be confident, because
Yeah.
they need to be able to like get the room going,
Yeah,
talk in
yeah.
front of the crowd constantly, be confident enough to like push people about a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell them where to go. But just someone that's like thoughtful and knows you really well as a couple, because we just did so many lovely things that we weren't involved in that made it unreal.
That's really nice.
Oh, great. That's so
Amazing.
Good.
So, mini moon then, what did you do?
We went to Mallorca, which
Amazing.
happened like half of Sherlock's was in Mallorca. So.
They were? Did you bump into anyone?
No, it didn't actually. We kind of all crossed over at different times. So I was there for 6 days. Charlotte was there, but then in Ibiza, then back again. But by the time she got back, I'd left, and Daisy was there just after I left. But we did 6 days in Mallorca. We stayed at Cap Vermel for the first 3, which is more like northeast of the island, so very quiet. But there's not a lot going on, but it's a really stunning 5-star hotel, and I've never stayed anywhere like it. It's just so beautiful. They drive you around little buggies everywhere. The pools are lush. They actually had a pop-up rocker restaurant whilst we were there, which is so cool.
Great.
So loved that for 3 days because we just wanted to like chill out.
Yeah, did you sort of feel like you decompressed?
Yeah, it was perfect. And then we did Palma for 3 days.
Oh, nice.
Because I'd never been before and I wanted to see what it was all about because everyone seems to be there this year. But that was really fun. Like, it's definitely a city break. I wouldn't go there on holiday. Unless you got a villa, I suppose. But
yeah,
I got very like Barcelona vibes from
Interesting.
it. Have you been?
I haven't. I want to go actually. This year, it's made me feel like I want to go to Mallorca.
It felt like Barcelona to me, but because the beach is like in the city almost, but obviously on the front, lots of rooftops, lots of like bar culture. But that was fun. We met a few friends there as well.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Planned, I presume.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have a flat in Mallorca and we were there at the
fun.
same time. They were at our wedding, so we then just met up a few days later. So that was great.
That's so nice.
Yes,
amazing.
Do you have a honeymoon, big honeymoon?
Yes, we're going to Jamaica in December.
Oh wow!
Amazing. How long for?
2 weeks. Just
Are you
before
going
Christmas.
just before?
Yeah.
How
I
nice.
come back to the office for like 2 days, I think, and then other than that, December I'm
Out.
That's
how
so
nice.
nice.
A couple of months to like look forward to it.
Exactly. I can't wait. I've never been actually. I'm a bit of a Devon home girl. I've never been like that far in terms of flying anywhere.
Yeah.
I've pretty much only ever been to Europe, to be honest.
Oh my god, same.
Yeah.
Same.
You never left Europe. Yeah.
No.
I don't think I'm trying to rack my brain where I've been.
Well, I'm very excited for you.
Yeah.
Well, I was made it out.
I know. I can't believe it. And because we
global.
put the wedding on our Amex, we only got an Amex for the wedding because we were told that's like what you should do. So we put loads of stuff on it. Although, another thing, if you're planning to do that, most wedding suppliers don't let you pay by credit card.
Oh, so annoying.
Yeah. So you have to like really work them to allow them, like to get them to do it.
Interesting.
They
Because
like
then
bank
you get.
transfers.
Oh, I guess if it's on credit, there's a
They have to pay
risk
a fee
and
or
a-
something.
and a
or a
fee.
risk that people then won't be able to pay it
Yeah.
or something.
I don't know what it is, but
suppose.
so we put loads on the Amex for the wedding, which meant we had companion voucher.
And
I'm
you
so
want to
excited,
do
I've never
it.
flown
I was
business
going to say, and
before.
also like if you're going to do business honeymoons,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a
Good
long
time to-
haul one as well. You
Yeah,
don't
I
want
feel
to
like
do
it's worth
business for like a 1 hour
short
flight.
trip.
That'd be
it.
annoying.
Yeah, totally worth
Amazing.
it.
So I'm excited.
Fun.
So nice.
Before we move on, can I ask you about your dress, please? Because it was insane.
Oh, thank you so much.
Where was it from? Did you know that's what you were going to go for? Was that the style? Like, yeah, tell us.
Yeah, my wedding dress, my main wedding dress, like the one to get married in, was from Halfpenny London. And I didn't know I was always going to wear Halfpenny, and I went to probably like 6 bridal shops with my family trying on different dresses, but it was the only bridal boutique I went to and felt like, yes, like I feel so good in lots of things that she did, but this one that I picked was just the one. I definitely had that like dress moment. I know lots of people say you don't always get it. Like, it's a bit of a myth, but for me, I really did. Like I loved it so much. And because it was one of the last place I went to, I actually wasn't with any family. I just had one friend, so nobody knew what my dress was, which is quite exciting.
Yeah, that is fun.
I didn't do it on purpose, but then once it was there, I was like, I'm not going to show anyone, like, because I want it to be like.
That's nice though, when
Yeah.
you don't know.
But she's amazing. Her team is like so amazing. They went above and beyond constantly for me. Like every appointment you go to feels really special. And I have to say that is quite a big difference I found to some other places I went to. It was all a bit, I don't know, like churning you in and out. And
I have heard that from friends who are like,
Yeah.
actually, it didn't necessarily feel like when you watch it on TV or in
No.
films, when
You
like
feel a bit
glass of
cheated of your
champagne and sit
experience.
here and you've got the place to yourself to kind of really get
Exactly.
into the zone.
But Halfpenny do that.
Great.
And she also gave me a really like lovely she sketched me in my dress and framed it.
Oh my god,
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that's nice. They're amazing.
And then what did you get changed into?
Then
That
I was gonna
look
say,
was
this is
killer.
What was the party dress?
Yeah.
Then my evening dress, so I got changed into a custom Clover London dress.
Cool.
So like we worked on it together, and it was a super mini dress. The first one we made was like really short, and I was like,
Add an inch.
my mum will kill me. So I made it a bit longer, but it had these big puff, detachable, like they're not sleeves because they weren't attached to the dress, but like puffy bits there, and then I had white gloves.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, so I loved them.
But the gloves always going to be part of the look.
Always,
Yeah.
yeah.
Always.
I always wanted a short dress.
Yeah.
And I wanted, some form of a glove. Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah. I was a bit of a blur getting changed into that dress, to be honest. My photographer, Antonia, she tapped on the shoulder and she was like, I'm going to leave in a minute. Like, it's getting late. And I was like, shit, I've got another dress.
Yeah.
I ran upstairs to get it on and had a quick photo shoot. And then,
Cute.
Amazing. Was it fun, like, doing all the photos? The one of you going across the tennis court was
Oh my God, that's
awesome.
so cool.
Very editorial.
yeah. I think Callum was a bit nervous to start with because Antonia's style is very editorial and he wanted more like the relaxed sort of party, casual, candid stuff, which there is loads of that in our folder. But obviously on Instagram, I should show all the really cool ones.
Yeah.
But she was just like, trust me, we're going to go to the tennis court. And Callum was like, we're going where?
So cool. I'm actually cool with that.
She was like, please just believe in me. I'm like, okay, fine, we'll go do it.
Such a shot.
It was so,
Thank you.
amazing.
Good for her.
Thank you.
And he was happy with the end result.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Great. Amazing.
That's the process.
Polly, you've been away recently.
I have, yeah.
Looks
I went
amazing.
to Sardinia for a few days, which was so dreamy. I stayed in a resort called Conrad Chia Laguna, and it was kind of on the south of the island. And it's quite sort of self-contained, like the whole resort itself. Like there's like 7 different restaurants, and they've got like 2 of their own beaches, and there's tennis courts, and you can go like cycling and like horse riding and stuff.
That's nice.
Horse
So-
riding, I've never heard of that before. Anna.
Yeah, I actually didn't go horse riding personally because I think weird. I find horses a bit like sketchy.
Maybe
Like,
it's
yeah,
scared of them.
unpredictable. Like you
Yeah.
know, like
They
they might be
can-
nice. They might also kick you off and you might die. So
Fair enough.
not really willing to take the risk. You know, let's just stick to like a tennis court or something. But yeah, it was so beautiful. The beaches are gorgeous, like white sand and crystal clear water. It was like super hot, obviously, and great food. And we like took a motorcycle out on one day just to go and explore a bit more of the island. Which was like,
Oh, fun.
yeah, I mean, you could just stay within the resort if you wanted to. It's very family friendly if you've got kids and stuff. But we thought, let's just try and like explore a little bit more.
It feels very Italian, like
Does
proper
it?
sort of
Doesn't
film.
it?
Yeah.
Was it on a little scooter?
It wasn't. It was on like a proper motorbike.
wow.
'Cause Harry can drive a motorbike.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't realise afterwards, like, I was having the time of my life on the back, just like, woo, this is so much fun. And then we like finished the day and he was just like, I'm exhausted. That's actually quite hard work. And I was like, why? And he's like, just because like it gets a bit slippy and I was like worried about keeping it upright so that you didn't fall off.
Oh,
and
bless
like
him.
it's quite a heavy bike. And I was like, God, I was completely
Yeah,
oblivious.
he feels like really tense and you're like,
I'm there just like, yeah, rock on, baby.
You're just supposed to like lean in when they move and stuff,
Yeah,
aren't you?
yeah.
Did you do that, or you were just
Well,
like?
he said it was a good
hands
place.
in the
Yeah,
air,
I was like,
taking selfies.
Get that cross bits, babe. Yeah, I was just taking my selfies and getting the content, basically.
Your job.
Yeah, it was honestly such a dreamy holiday.
Oh,
And like,
gorgeous.
I was really like sad to come home. One of those ones you're like,
Aw.
I could stay another few days.
What do you like? What do you prefer from a holiday? Is it one of those like big resort 7 restaurant type places, or do you like to do the exploring villa boutiques sort of holiday?
I think I like to do, if I'm completely honest, I like to do the exploring element. I felt like we could do that, but I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know, I guess it depends what you want from a holiday, but I don't necessarily just like sitting on my bum and like on a sun lounger for 7 days. I quite like doing that for a couple of days, but then heading out, like, you know, doing a few activities, going and seeing the place a bit. So, I don't know, what about you?
I am more of an explorer naturally because that's what my family have always liked to do.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
But I've married someone that likes the 7-day sitting on your
really?
bum.
Oh, right.
7 restaurants.
Yeah.
More restaurants, the better. All inclusive, even better. That's what he likes.
I haven't ever done that before. I
An
feel like
all-inclusive?
no,
Yeah,
or like
I've rarely
or
done
like
that.
stayed in one place
big
for
one.
7 days and not like
Yeah.
I
But I feel like with your job, that would kind of be wrong.
Yeah, I know. I need to get out there and see the place. But I do feel like one day I would really like to do that because I feel like surely you can really only truly relax if you're not thinking about where are we going next or where are we going or where are we eating. Like if you're just you and a book and the pool and whatever.
But I would
imagine it
still
being
want to
nice.
fill in like a little bit of yoga here or a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
If I had to stay in the same place for 7 days, I'd be like, so do you have any activities?
Yeah.
You do? I don't know.
But then I guess they often do. They have, like you said,
Yeah.
tennis courts, horse riding.
Yeah.
But do you just bump into all the same people all the time? Because I'd find that a bit orcs.
I actually didn't feel like we did at
I really,
all.
I've
like,
all of my holidays that have been like that. I've always
Are
constantly.
you sort of like nodding over at dinner? Like, you're still here too?
No,
All right.
weirdly, like, we didn't at all. Like, when we went to South Africa, like, where we stayed on safari, it was very much like you eat with the same people every night, and by the end of, like, the holiday, it was, like, lovely, but, you know, you're, like, quite looking forward to just, like, eating with you.
Like a brand trip.
Yeah, literally, it was. But we did make some nice friends, but this was, like, I don't know, I guess the hotel, like, the resort was, like, big enough that, like, you didn't feel like you were, like, bumping into the same people. What I would say is that, like, we did have to, like, book everything, which was a bit, I don't know if that's, like...
That's normal.
Yeah. So you can't be spontaneous, like, oh, we fancy Italian tonight,
they
let's
usually
go
fully
here.
Yeah,
booked if you do
definitely, like,
that.
had to book everything.
Yeah.
And, like, on the day that we booked the motorbike, we were like, oh, we won't book dinner because, like, we don't know what time we're going to be back. We'll just, like, go to one of the restaurants, either in the hotel or, like, find one out and about. I'm sure they'll be able to fit us in. I don't know if it was just, like, across the island itself. Like, this was just a thing. But we, like, walked into one restaurant. Again, it was, like, half full at, like, 8:30. And they're like, oh, we don't have a booking. Well, if you're not getting in, we were like, oh, well, it seems quite, maybe it's just this place. Move on to the next place, and it's, like, pretty half empty again. Again, like, if you don't have a booking, you're not coming in. And we ended up having to have dinner at, like, a tobacco shop, which was, like, quite funny. But
Bag of crisps.
there was literally, like this like rice salad, which didn't end up to be totally shit, and I had a little like nice Magnum as well after, so it was fine. And they said Aperol Spritz, so it was fine. But at one point we were a bit like, fuck, are we going to even eat tonight?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're getting a bit like, we've had a really nice day, but this could be really This could go south quite quickly. But yeah, that's something worth knowing. Like, you do just have to like be quite organised on that front. So, and I'm not naturally the most organised, so that to me is a bit like. But then I guess it's like, you know, being in London, a lot of the time you have to like book dinner, and that is one thing that fucks me off about London is where you like can't be that spontaneous.
You try and then you're like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah, no.
Especially if there's more than two of you as well. Yeah, you've got to get those bookings in.
Yeah, I suppose. But there is always Pizza Express and, you know, or Nando's. And I
love Nando's.
love an old Nando's.
Options. Vanessa, what have you been up to recently?
Well,
Apart from lots of shoots.
so many shoots this week. I was on holiday as well last week, which is why this week was so busy. I was also in Italy, but I was on the mainland. I was in the north, in the mountains, because I flew to Germany to see my family.
I was going to say, I thought you'd done that.
We drove down into the mountains. It's quite quick, so it was perfect. And we went to this tiny lake called Lago di Caldonazzo, which is where my dad's parents used to have a house when he was a kid.
Nice.
And it was his birthday week, so we went there, for his birthday. And it was very sweet. Every time we drove around, he was like, this wasn't there before, this was there before, this has been there for 40 years.
Classic dad.
It was very much that vibe. Aww. And then for his birthday, we went to this insane castle that also has been there since he was there. And his dad used to take him there for his birthday. And it was this... dining experience where we got we ordered 4 courses. We got 6 courses in the end. They were very generous. Nice. But it was this like experimental eating thing, and honestly, I've never tasted anything like the food I've tasted there. Like, it was so Italian food, but it was just so like insane.
Like, what kind of things?
So they started off with like antipasti, which was a mix of like, my parents had ham. I didn't get that. I had some like, it was like a little fish dish. There were these fried vegetables with fish. What is fish eggs?
Oh, right.
Caviar. Yeah, with like little caviar bits on top of them. And I don't know, it just was so good. And the theme throughout the meals was there was aniseed or licorice in like a lot of the things, which is something I don't really
I was going to
like.
say that's not my favourite
No,
ingredient.
I don't like it, but I loved it.
Very
nice.
bold of them to
Yeah.
like organise a whole menu around that, because so many people don't
It's a
like
bit
that.
divisive.
But
yeah.
But it was delicious. And then they had like a palate cleanser, like a little soup. And then there was this like cold mini octopus salad, which was incredible. Like, again, I have no idea what exactly was in it. She described it to us, like she tried in English, but we were just like, yeah, we'll just eat it.
Sometimes it's best not to know, isn't
what's
it?
And then there was a pasta which had 2 different sauces on it, and she was like, don't mix the sauces, like eat it as you go and then taste the different flavors throughout. And that's when it first started feeling really like experimental. I was like, wow, look at me.
I love that.
Not mixing my food.
But yeah, so it was incredible, but it was very hot. We were gonna hike because we were always in the mountains, but there was no chance. It was like 35
Really?
degrees.
Ooh.
We
Had
just
to
were
take,
by
like,
the lake.
50 bottles of water with you. Yeah.
We had like a little cool box with us, and we were just there like on our
happening.
sunbeds. Like, I guess this is just us now.
This is us. But were you swimming in the lake? And all?
Yes. So, but
Gorge.
it's not a very cold lake, so like when you went in, it wasn't like with the sea where you're like, oh my god, ooh. But it was quite nice,
Yeah.
and you could swim quite fine. I get quite scared in the sea, like swimming too far out, but with a lake, I was like, it's a lake.
Oh no, I
let's-
find
Yeah,
lakes
it's a
slightly creepier just because I feel like they just get like deeper and deeper in the middle.
Yeah, but there's no sharks.
I know, but they could. Oh, I don't
No
know.
sharks,
It could
but
be
could be
something.
current.
Yeah.
The sea
Yeah,
gets deeper
true.
too.
Yeah, I know, but it's like never ending in a weird way. Whereas a lake,
yeah,
I'm
that
like,
sounds less frightening.
I
yeah,
think there's just something hiding.
yeah, like
underneath.
well, it's
Loch Ness
lakes are
monster.
murkier. It's like what's
Yeah,
down
to be
there?
fair,
That's true,
There
they
could
are
be a sea
murky.
monster.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was absolutely fine for me, and we taught our little dog how to swim as well.
yeah, was it
It
nice
like
seeing
the-
your dog?
Oh my god, he hated it, but like, you know, he can do it now.
Oh, bless it.
He was not a fan, but
Like, force you into
I was
it.
surprised though. He was so chill. Like, he didn't like pant or anything. Like, he was just there in the shade, like chilling all day.
Just pleased to be
legend.
invited.
He was just happy to be there. So yeah.
I know
But-
you were very excited to see a pooch, weren't you?
yeah.
Fair enough.
Nice to be reunited.
Yeah, absolutely. I love him so much. But yeah, anyways, it was so wholesome. And yeah, I was one of the only people that flew back on Sunday and actually caught a flight and didn't get stranded.
Yeah,
Oh,
you must
wow.
be right.
But yeah, so yeah, it was really, really lovely.
Amazing. Well, your wedding's got me extra excited about my best friend's wedding, which is in October because we had her hen do this last weekend.
yeah, how was
Where was that?
So we hired a big house in Kent on Airbnb, and we spent most of the weekend there. We went out to do some kayaking on the Saturday, which was really fun. It was kind of at 10 in the morning, blew the cobwebs away. But no, we basically stayed there and just had a really jolly time.
Yeah,
How
It was
many of
amazing.
you were there?
There were 11 all in, so there
That's a nice
were...
number.
I think there were 6 of us, sort of like friends, and then 4 or 5 family members, sort of a nice multi-generational thing.
Oh,
But
okay, nice.
I already knew that Pearl, her grandma, because I've met her many times over the years, was going to be sort of best on tour, and she was
yeah.
excellent and like, having a great time with the rest of us.
Wicked.
But no, it was just super, super fun. To be fair, some of my friends who came, A, they're teachers, and B, they're like very seasoned hens and just very organised, and they just knew exactly what to do when you were saying about Callum and the timings earlier. I was like, I think one of the things we nailed with the hen do was the timings. There was never any time to get bored, but it wasn't like, right, now we're doing this and now we're doing this.
Such a fine line, isn't it?
Exactly.
Between the two.
Yeah,
can
but
be.
they absolutely nailed that. So
Did
yeah.
you play games?
We did. So we did the usual Mr. and Mrs., which was very funny. We didn't go too risky with the questions, knowing the
was
bride.
present and all that.
Exactly. And also, like, I think she'd have murdered us if we did. Yeah, we did that. And then another thing, I was cooking on, I think it was a Friday night, taking a little bit longer than expected. And yeah, one of my friends had brought these sort of games, like these cards, and it's like Willy or what, boobs or bum, and it's like all these
Oh, you
little
had to
pictures. and you
choose
had-
which was what.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but again, like, she just whipped them out of nowhere, entertained everyone for
Crazy.
30 minutes while I was sort of stirring pasta, and it's
yeah.
just like,
Ugh,
it was very funny. I
ideal.
would recommend that, like,
Okay.
seeing.
Is that family approved?
It was, honestly, Pearl was loving it.
She like, Willy!
Yes, one of them was sex or sing, so it's either a porn star or someone
or
singing.
sing, oh my
Me and my
God.
friend Chloe got 16 out of 16.
Wow.
We were very
Wow.
pleased with ourselves
Pros.
for that. So yeah, there's some silly things like that, and then on
Did you
this.
have a costume thing?
We did.
Yeah. What
So-
was that about?
What was that about? My friend whose hen it was, Danny, really loves dinosaurs and Jurassic Park. So on the Friday night, we all dressed up as explorers and got her this, inflatable dinosaur sort of T-Rex outfit, which she absolutely...
So she was a T-Rex.
Yeah, like, and
That
her head
outfit
was
is the
here,
best.
and then the T-Rex's head was above her, and she just had, like, this thin mesh thing, which we hadn't quite appreciated was the case, so...
How funny.
She took it off after a while and wore some pyjamas that a friend had found in Tesco on the way. Boys age 11 fit her like a glove, so she wore those the rest of the time with dinosaurs.
Inspired.
But no, it was very silly, but very, very funny. So yeah, we enjoyed that. And then Saturday afternoon, a lovely chap came to visit us.
Ooh, what kind of chap?
An art teacher.
Was he clothed? Or...
For part of it, it was like the least sexy thing ever.
Usually are.
These strippers are never
There's nothing wrong with him. Like, saying, it wasn't because of him. But,
classic as ever.
It was called Hens with Pens, and you basically get these silly berets on, and some of it's life drawing and silly games and things. But he is naked for quite a long time. But after like 10 minutes, it's just kind of, he might as well just be wearing clothes. It's just kind of like, okay, well, we've seen it and drawn it now. Like, that's just Mike.
I guess it's kind of like funny for a minute. It's like,
He just doesn't wear
I mean, he was sort of sitting on Nan's knee and that kind of stuff while naked, which was very amusing for most people. But there wasn't like stripping or touching or any just naughty stuff in that sense, just amusing. But again, he did like various games and stuff as well. So it was all just very jolly. I cooked penny alla vodka for everyone, which went down an absolute treat.
Lovely.
And we did like a big grazing board and stuff. So I was basically in charge of food, but it was all really fun. Had a jolly old time. But very excited about her wedding now.
Oh, where is she getting married?
In Kent, so sort of Tunbridge Wells way. So it's a barn / pub. So I think that'll be, if the hen's anything to go by, I think it'll be a laugh.
Fun. It's always good when you can like gel with everyone on the hen do and you come away feeling really positive about it, because then you are excited for the wedding.
Exactly, and you genuinely are looking forward to seeing everyone again. It's not just like, see you at the wedding.
Gosh, I'll see her again.
No, none of that this time, none of that.
Fun.
Cool. Right, Polly, you've got an article for us.
Yes, I do. I'm going to whip my phone out and read it. So the article is titled, "Sorry Gen Z, Skinny Jeans Are Making a Comeback." And this is from the Evening Standard. So it's all about basically how Gen Z have, it's saying that they waged war on the skinny jeans via TikTok. I'd say maybe that's a little unfair because I'm not sure it happened
earlier.
I think it happened earlier. So it says, "My generation were called chuggy for our loyalty to the skin tight fit, and the no skinny jeans video trend in 2021 urged us to throw them out, burn them, or turn them into something new. The skinny jeans popularity began to wane fast. Last year, market research firm NPD Group confirmed that straight leg jeans had outsold skin tight styles for the first time in years." However, it's saying that yet the autumn-winter 2023 shows decreed that skinny jeans were ripe for a resurgence. Celine's show by Hedy Slimane was entitled Age of Indiness, featuring dark skinny jeans tucked into Western boots worn with a sequin jacket and shades. And skinnies were also seen in various iterations at labels including Saint Laurent, Blue Marine, Prada and Gucci. So I guess the question is, are we skinny lovers? If we're not, are we going to be re-embracing them, coming back in? I don't know. I feel like me personally, I'm not a skinny jeans girly, but like I can get on board with that kind of indie sleeves look.
When you just described that look, I was like, that sounds fun.
Kind of
I never stopped wearing skinny jeans. I wore skinny jeans last year. Skinny jeans for me are here to stay and have always been here to stay. But like you say, it's how you wear them. I always wear knee-high boots.
Yeah.
A wide knee-high boot, so it goes wider than your leg rather than a skin-tight one. And a blazer and a white tee looks cool.
Yeah.
But that sounds great. I think the issue is the way we were wearing them. Like, I
trainers,
was like with trainers, like, down and the socks like slightly showing, or like no socks at all, and then the really low trainers. Those were the looks where I'm like,
I think the ones I take real offence to are the like jegging, sort of very spray-on ones. I don't actually
the ones that smell funny, where you actually like, you're like, ooh.
Were they called the Topshop Joni?
I definitely owned a pair of Joni jeans in my time. But I don't know, I feel like the writer makes a quite an important point, which I think is, a good piece of advice, that like, if you are going to go for some skinny jeans, that to kind of, as they approach the ankle, like they almost need to be somewhere between a skinny and a straight.
Yeah, like slightly
rather
flare.
than like really glued to the ankle. And yeah, I think tucked into a boot is probably the safest way to do them. And in like a darker wash, like a washed black, I think is a bit chicer. But it's all in the balance, isn't it? Like a, you know, skinny, but then a big structured jacket.
I think that's the thing. Like what you were saying, Vanessa, that's not how they were worn before. I think you could always see the waist, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And sort of leotards were often
That's
underneath. True. So I suppose we've just kind of moved on from that. Yeah, you'd be wearing a big shirt or a big blazer these days compared to...
But it's kind of like anything, like blazers, like fitted blazers almost aren't cool anymore. Everyone wears oversized ones. Like it is how you style it as opposed to like the item being...
wrong, yeah. And I bet everyone will be wearing fitted blazers in like 7 years time.
Sure. They probably will do. And I know that some people do really rely on skinnies and that's what they feel best in. So yeah, it's not a case of like cancelling them and, you know, banning them completely. But actually, you know, this is good news if you love a pair of skinnies because if Hedy Slimane says they're cool, then
you're allowed to
probably allowed to wear them.
Also, I think the writer said in the piece that she now really regrets getting rid of all her skinny
jeans. I bet so many people
out
there
there
are
like, sake, why did I do that?
I know, I kind of wish I had a pair of like Chop Shop Jamie jeans, at least just stashed away somewhere. But I think you can. Like, can you get them on ASOS now?
You surely, like, they must still sell them because they were their best.
They were the one.
They were everything
they
at
were.
the time.
I know. I actually did try on some Topshop jeans. Again, this is an ad, but like, tried on some Topshop denim for something that we were shooting for them like last week, and the fit is actually amazing.
Yeah, Topshop denim.
And like, you know, once that disappeared from the high street, that was a sad moment. So I am personally glad to see them back.
Yeah,
on ASOS.
Also am rating Topshop in general on ASOS. Like this summer I have bought so much Topshop stuff. I think they're doing very well.
Oh, I just wish the shop was still there though. How amazing was it to go in and the jeans as well, they'd be like sort of triple stacked up, wouldn't they? And there'd be like 40 pairs and depending on whether you were, what was the small range called? Petite. Like, yeah, if you had short legs like me.
Yeah,
or
and the
like,
tall.
Yeah.
But my one gripe was always that they never did a waist 27.
Oh, you couldn't get hold of it, or they
No,
just
it's that they never did it. It was they just went like
26,
25, 26, 28.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah, that was my one gripe. So
there must be a
listening.
statistic in there. Like,
Maybe
they don't sell any 27s.
Super annoying. I don't know if they sorted that out, but Topshop for listening.
I actually still have a pair of River Island skinny jeans, so I'll be getting them out soon.
Yeah, there we go. Give them a whirl.
Yeah, River Island's another one that does good jeans on the high street.
I see.
I actually do have lots of stuff from River Island. I feel like you can find gems there.
Amazing. So my feature is about bed rotting.
What is bed rotting?
Sounds
disgusting.
Sounds
no. I
grim.
think it's like a. I mean, I'll wait to see what you say about it.
Well,
but
yeah, it's a new TikTok term. It's essentially self-care, according to this feature I'm reading on self.com, which is a US website.
Like self-care.
It's essentially doing F all in bed and just having a day or a weekend when you just sort of recuperate and just stay in bed with a book or watching Netflix or just chilling. And yeah, recuperating.
I feel like we all need those days once in a while. It's particularly for me, like hangover days.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I'm like, yeah, I'm having a rot day today.
Yeah.
I had one with my friend like a few weeks ago. I'd been out the night before and she'd come over to like help me walk my dog or something. I got back, she's like, oh, I've not got anything planned for the rest of the day. So do you just want to stay in and watch Netflix and get takeaway? And I was like, fuck yes, that's exactly what I want to do. We just watched total trash and rotted on the sofa.
That's like sometimes, usually at Christmas, we'll go to my friend's house for our sort of like girls' Christmas thing. And it's always really fun. Like, I always cook a Christmas dinner really early with like friends and we'll like drink a lot and watch films. Someone will always fall asleep at like 7 p.m. on the sofa, blah, blah, blah. But it's the next day I love. Like, like everyone's still in their PJs. We'll put another Christmas film on. There'll be a brunch scenario to graze on. Like, I actually think I prefer that part of it than the night before.
The Christmassy bit.
Yeah. I love it when you're a bit hungover and like everything's like a bit funnier and you're a bit giggly.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah,
like,
when you're with people, when you're not alone.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you're
not
doing it
quite so
together.
funny.
That's
It's the anxiety post.
yeah.
So this article, this is how they define bed rotting. Generally speaking, as wasting away under your cozy comforter, it's America, duvet for a few hours and being intentionally unproductive, perhaps with some bedside snacks, and the next episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty streaming in the background. The term is fairly new on TikTok, with more than 2 billion views of videos featuring people munching away, watching YouTube videos on repeat, or simply scrolling through Instagram from the comfort of their beds. The general concept of having a lazy day every once in a while, however, isn't revolutionary.
I was going to say, I feel like students do this every single
Exactly,
day.
yeah. But I think maybe
hangover day.
It's just now on TikTok.
take the hangover out of the equation, though.
Okay.
but-
Sure.
I was going to say, yeah, I feel like
Doesn't have to be alcohol induced.
Exactly, because I feel I need a weekend of bed rotting because it's just been like a really busy
Full on.
summer, and actually this coming weekend I haven't really got that much planned, so I'm planning some rottage.
I'm a fan of being at home and not making plans, and like you say, when you're really busy, just knowing nothing's in the diary, do your admin, like, you know, bimble about at home. I'm not really a fan of sitting in bed till 3 p.m. Like, I get the guilt.
This is what I was going to say. I
relax.
cannot physically stay. I've tried this so many times. I have to make my bed by like a certain time, and then I can't like. I will chill on the sofa. If I'm really like, if I feel really ill or something, I will take the duvet to the sofa.
Yeah.
But I cannot just like lay in bed. Like for some reason,
that.
I just
Sitting
think you could do
on
it,
bed
like,
instead of in
day.
isn't as fun either, is it?
No.
On the bed.
Yes, rotting on my
bed
bed.
rotting.
But why do we get so guilty about it? Like, you know, we deserve, like, if we're on holiday and we
because,
lay by the
like,
pool all day,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
If you died tomorrow, I don't know
feel
that
like it's
I'd
wasted.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think maybe you should feel a bit guilty about
And I
it.
think, maybe you should. And also, I think as you get older, there's always more stuff to do, in the sense like your to-do list or the responsibilities
Life
are
admin,
bigger.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
you kind of feel like you're wasting it, and
There's
you've got to
always
make the
something
most.
to do. It's
There is-
insane.
But then
know,
that's
it
why I
never
think you
ends.
need a bit
To
of
relax.
yeah, because I'm not just like lying in bed eating snacks like they say, but like I would maybe do it if I could. To read a book.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
windows open, like reading, like not till 3 p.m. But
That feels
like
quite wholesome, reading a book.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
I'd just sit there watching like TikTok videos on an endless scroll.
No,
I don't think that's
scrolling.
healthy.
I think that's unhealthy. I do
Yeah.
think that's unhealthy. I think
Yeah.
being on your phone for hours in bed,
yeah,
not
that's
showering,
not good.
like that's not good for you.
No.
Yeah, the TikTok thing is like once you've seen more than 20 minutes of TikToks, it's like, this is
I don't think
what
I've
is
ever looked
happening.
at TikTok for more than a few minutes
I've
because it
definitely
really
have.
does sort of
it's bad.
wild.
I never wanted to get TikTok because I was like, I would be,
It's
you know,
addictive.
Yeah.
And then I got it eventually, mainly to see what Chillax was up to.
I was
be
gonna
honest.
say that's why I got
But yeah,
mine.
once I caught myself, I was like going and I was like, oh, just a few more.
Yeah.
I looked at the time and half an hour had passed and I was like,
That's what everyone says.
what?
Yeah.
What is going on?
It's
This
kind
is-
of like it brainwashes you. Like time literally goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
so
odd.
weird.
Yeah.
It taps into exactly what your brain likes.
Yeah, it's
and then before
crazy.
you know it, you're like, oh god.
How did you know?
Although bed rotting related, I have to say, I used to do this thing. I used to call it a duvet picnic.
Oh, do tell.
And it got banned because one of my duvet picnics was a curry, and like, I was like, I just put a towel down, it'll be fine, and then put all the not the food, but like, you know, like the
Containers.
pots. Yeah.
Oh god, it's
Took the towel off and it was just
Oh,
like
no,
oil.
What time of day was this?
In the evening.
Okay, good. Just checking. Your
Not
10,
in the
10
morning.
a.m. curry.
I love the idea of eating curry in bed,
Yeah.
but like it's just so impractical, isn't it?
It's actually not okay.
But loads of people are always like, oh yeah,
Picnic.
just like, you know, relax in bed, stream something, like have some pasta in your pants. But that pasta
Pasta in
sounds
your
dreadful as well. Like it literally just be sauce slurping everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. Like at least on the sofa,
Yeah.
for God's sake. You
I used
know.
to love a duvet picnic. Me and my sister used to do it. It was so
What
fun.
was your like ideal duvet picnic?
We used to, it was in Bristol that I used to do it the most since where I was a student, but I wasn't hungover. It'd just be like, you know, 'cause you got no money, you don't go out to
Self-care,
restaurants.
Maya,
Yeah,
self-care.
self-care. So Sophie and I would order peri chicken and rice, pretty much. It's like cheap Nando's. And we'd sit in bed and eat it and just like chat, probably drink a bit of wine. Like it was just so nice. Yeah.
Did you go to the same uni?
No, but she wasn't. She was in London actually for her uni, but she was at home for some of it. We went to uni not at the same time.
But you managed
but
to
when-
coordinate some duvet
yes,
picnics.
yeah,
When she would
exactly.
visit me,
Nice.
like, yeah,
Come and visit
yeah.
for a duvet picnic.
But then I did once do a duvet picnic with Curry Callum, and he was like, "Never again."
But I can
Like,
kind
would
of
you not
see.
understand it was a
Yeah,
duvet picnic?
I can see maybe why curry's not ideal.
Oops.
Anyway, I am going to indulge in some bed rotting.
This weekend.
Enjoy
yeah.
yourself.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I will read though, just putting it out there.
Yeah,
Don't need to feel guilty.
No. Right, let's answer some very quick questions. I'm looking at you two and you actually for this one. Struggling to style my loafers. How do you make them look cool and not like school uniform?
Oh,
Good question.
okay. Well, I think you can just... Well, so I think with a loafer, maybe it's like the high-low balance thing again, where like it's quite a smart piece. So I quite like wearing loafers with like a slouchy jean or even just a straight leg crop jean with like a nice white sock or something. Maybe a blazer or like a biker jacket. I feel like Hailey Bieber is one to look at for some inspo on that. She rocks a loafer really well. But yeah, I think I would avoid, like, obviously, unless you're going to the office, I would just avoid it, like making the whole look too smart. Yeah, that makes
Or
sense.
like black and white, maybe.
Oh yeah, that can look a bit school uniform.
Like a white shirt, black skirt. You are
Yeah.
gonna look like you're in a school uniform, which I actually think is a cool look.
I
think
was
that's
gonna
a
say,
vibe.
I was thinking like,
Yeah, I know.
throw
I think it's
throw
cool,
on a
yeah.
sweater, I'm sold.
like a nice mini skirt.
Yeah.
Like looks fun.
Yeah.
Very Cher Horowitz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, socks. Just make it a bit cooler, basically. Socks.
Yeah.
jeans.
Dress them
trousers.
down. Cool
Dress
trousers,
them
some
down.
jeans. Yeah. That's jeans. Light wash, maybe. Light wash jeans.
Okay. Vanessa, one for you. Do you have any outfit ideas for working on a set all day? What's your go-to?
Well, I was on set this morning and I am wearing my dickies just because they have a pocket on the side where you can put your phone in. So whenever you need a content
clever.
moment, you could just get it out.
Yeah.
But generally on set, for me, these like in the beginning, I was always like, I need to look good, I need to look nice. Trainers,
Yeah.
trainers. It doesn't matter. Like the shoes are everything because you will move a lot, and then I tend to wear trousers, and if I wear a skirt or dress, a long one, because if you have to like bend over,
yeah.
pick up stuff, like it's just you want to be comfortable, and you're gonna be so stressed that like you need to know that your outfit is gonna support you. And I tend to wear layers, like because I get hot, then I get cold.
And you never know where you're going to be, do you,
Yeah,
on set?
yeah,
Sometimes,
yeah.
like, the space is cold or it's, like, really hot.
Yeah,
So it's good advice.
And you need pockets of sorts. Like either your jacket has pockets, your trousers. If you have once I wore a dress with no pockets, and it was an absolute nightmare because I had so many things in my hands. Like even just a phone, because you always need your phone in case someone calls, in case like you need to take a picture of something. It's just and also no white things because
Get dirty.
you don't. Yeah, you will potentially get dirty.
Do you still have your clipboard at all times on
Of
your
course,
shoots?
of course. I had it today.
Non-negotiable.
Yeah, non-negotiable for me. I know printing stuff is not ideal, but like if you have any info like that you need to like quickly show someone, like for me, I just do a one-pager and I'm like, there you go, here it is. It just makes sense for me.
And then finally, another fashion one, might as well with you three. On the sofa, what are the key items to purchase for autumn 23 to upgrade your wardrobe for the new season?
To upgrade.
Or, any items on your wish list?
I mean, this is the one thing I wear the most in autumn winter, so I think it's a good thing to invest in. Don't have to go expensive, but it's something I think to like buy wisely. Is a black boot, whether it's an ankle boot or a just under the knee, probably either flat or with a slight block heel, because you'll wear them every single day. They can be smart, they can be casual. You can wear them out for dinner and feel dressed up enough. They're very versatile.
What do you think about sort of those sort of flat form, sort of chunky boots? Are they out this year? Because they've been big a couple of years running,
I've
haven't
not
they?
seen them anywhere really this year.
Interestingly, so like 2 years ago, I bought the row boots with the big chunky sole, and for maybe like that year and the year before that, I was like, God, like chunky boots are going to be it forever. And then last year, I was like, I don't think they're as like ubiquitous
There
as
was
they
some
were.
around.
It
but
turned
yeah.
into the Western, didn't it?
Yeah,
last
Western, a bit more of a kind of like Chelsea, like just slightly more sleek. So I don't think they're out per se. It's not a hard and fast like no, but I think if I were buying a pair of boots now, I'd probably go for like the ones that Kate do with they're kind of like a Western inspired one, but just a little more of a slightly skinnier with a kitten heel. Totem also do a lovely like little kitten heel boot,
nice.
which I think is perfect because you can wear that like to work or more casually. But yeah, a good pair of boots is such a good suggestion. I think, and I don't think it really changes that much year to year in terms of like what's worth investing in. I think a good coat, like a good long wool coat is like so worth getting, because your coat ends up being like your outfit a lot of the time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So if you are going to invest in one or two things, maybe like a good boot and a good coat.
And a scarf.
Yeah.
I actually don't own any scarves.
I love a scarf.
I think a colourful scarf.
I mean,
like,
it depends where you
it's quite
live, I
fun.
guess. I get so cold around my neck. I need...
And it's quite a nice way to add some like personality
I
if
think
like
so,
the rest of the
yeah.
outfit's quite like winter, like, you know, so like the Acne Studios colourful
Oh
scarves
yeah,
are
they've got
lush.
Yeah.
great scarves.
And there's plenty of dupes on the high street if you can't quite stretch the Acne prices. Like I think Another Stories had some really good ones last season. So
Imagine Arcade have got some good ones as
Yeah.
well.
I think gilets are still going to be here
Good.
to stay, printed and, you know, fluffy.
Because I've got a fluffy one and a sort of floral printed one, which then the Zara ones looked quite similar to. That I feel I didn't get enough use out of because of lockdown. You weren't really wearing those at home.
true.
So yeah, I feel that's good because I didn't know whether to get rid of them or try and give them a whirl for another year.
Keep rocking them.
Keep rocking them. Brilliant, cool. I think that's all we've got time for. Maya, I can't wait to see more of your wedding photos and videos. Your permission to just keep posting as many as you like. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you've got any questions for us, please do email us at podcast@Sherlock's. We love hearing from you. And please don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and tell your friends. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.